Hello, my friend. It's your girl. Welcome back to another episode. I am currently laying in the bed of Pinecone. For those of you who don't know, Pinecone is the name of my motorhome. And I'm sitting in the bed wearing my giant fluffy jacket sweater and drinking my bev. And I thought it would be a fun idea tonight, to read through a Reddit thread. I typed in adulting to Reddit. The question of the day is, what are some adult tips that you would like to pass on to younger generations? So I'm going to read this thread, read what tips people give, and I'm going to comment on them. And you can stay along for the ride and hear my thoughts on them, add your thoughts on my latest Instagram, and we're just going to hang out. All right, let's do it. All right, let's see here. What are some adult tips you would like to pass on to the younger generation? If you decide to get married for the love of that is holy, do not spend a huge amount of money on a wedding if you can't afford to. That's absolutely true. If you can't afford to, there's no reason to. I have always pictured my wedding luxurious, like that dream wedding, fairy tale wedding. That's why I'm not thinking about having a wedding right now, because I know that I can't afford the wedding that I would want. I don't think you need to be in a rush to get married. You don't need to be spending tens of thousands of dollars on a wedding. Whatever you feel in your heart, follow your gut on that one. Let's see. Let's find one a little more interesting. Make your health a top priority. You can run away from a lot of things in life, but you can't run away from yourself. I think this is great advice, and advice that I learned the hard way and continue to learn the hard way, and advice that you have learned the hard way and you will likely continue to learn the hard way. Particularly the you can't run away from yourself. We try to put ourselves in a position of changing our environment, changing what we're doing, adding distractions into our life. And those things can be great. They're not going to get to the root of the issue. Let me give you an example. If you live in a toxic household, you can change the environment around that household, and that's going to do wonders in giving you the space to start healing your mindset and working on yourself. However, it's not going to stop there. Even though your environment dictates a huge percentage of your reality, once you get into that new environment, you still follow yourself. All of the thoughts that you think, all of the behaviors that you have, you're not just going to automatically shut those parts down and thrive as a human being. Now, you may have a much better shot at it now that you have less environmental hurdles, but you're still stuck with yourself. And that's when the inner work needs to heal. That's when you need to do the inner work and take a good look at yourself and the behaviors that you have that are not serving you and the habits that you have that are not serving you, and change them, because ultimately nobody is going to do it for you and hold you accountable. So I think that is a great reminder. Make your health a top priority. That too. As young adults, we tend to look for that instant gratification. It's the world that we grow up in, and we lack the long-term thinking in a lot of regards. Again, I'm speaking generally. Make your health a top priority. I used to be able to sneak out until 4 a.m. I would sneak back in, make some food. My mom would wake up and be like, "What are you doing awake?" I'd be like, "I just woke up because I'm hungry." But in reality, I had been on drugs all night, or Lord knows, and I just snuck back in. And then she would wake me up at 10 a.m. like, "Wake up, you've been asleep forever." And I would wake up and I would be primarily fine for the most part. I can't do that anymore, nor would I want to. You realize the value in sacrificing certain things now. Sometimes it feels like a sacrifice. Sometimes you just love healthy adaptations to your lifestyle because how it makes you feel. When I say sacrifice, I mean sometimes you work harder now for long-term, let's say, financial payoff. You work really hard now so that you can live the life of your dreams later on. Or you sacrifice eating the chocolate or the candy that you want now so you can achieve some other health goals that you have. Whatever the case may be, your health is top priority, and the earlier that we can teach or start to learn that and find a way that resonates in our lifestyle to where it's sustainable for us, the happier we're going to be. 70% of your immune system is in your gut. 70%, 95% of the serotonin, the happy chemical produced in your body, is produced in your gut. What does that mean? That means that food does in fact affect your mood. what we eat directly impacts how we feel. So when we eat foods that nourish our body and aren't just empty calories like junk food, we actually feel better. So we behave differently. We fight with our partners less. Coming from somebody who had an eating disorder for many, many years and struggled with body image, in my healing journey, I recognized, even to this day, the moments that I would fight with my partner the most were the moments that I felt gross in my body. Maybe I had just eaten a bunch of sugar or whatever it is, just as an example. And if I feel gross, I'm not in the mood because I'm internally feeling gross. So maybe recognize that in the relationships that you have in your life too, and how you interact with others. Because it's always how we respond to things is always a reflection on ourselves and not others. Like if your partner, I'm just using partners as an example, but it could be parents too, gets mad at you for not doing the dishes, it's not because you didn't do the dishes one time. It's because you not doing the dishes triggered a past event in which the same feelings were felt by your mom or your partner or whoever. It's the accumulation of not doing dishes over a period of time, right? So that's what caused the frustration. Same when you're arguing with a partner. The first time you and your partner ever argue, it's probably not even a big deal, but it's the accumulation of things over a period of time. Sorry, it's like 11 p.m., but it's the accumulation of things over a period of time that cause that riffraff. Okay, let's move on. Don't let drinking alcohol become a central part of your lifestyle. It's expensive, unhealthy, costs an immense amount of time and productive energy, and tends to get you surrounded with friends with whom you mostly drink. Okay, I wonder if this person was drunk when they said that. So, drinking used to be a huge part of my lifestyle.